Hello. I'd like to come on here to just tell you guys a story, a true story about me and one other person who's no longer with us. And let me say, first and foremost, trigger warning. I don't care if you laugh at or dismiss that term. I think it's shameful if you do, but trigger warning for discussions of mental health and suicide. Mental health is it's a topic very, very dear to me because um, I've had my struggles. There's a there's a very, very strong likelihood that if you're watching this, you've had some experience with these kind of struggles to one degree or another, and or have a loved one or a friend who does. I mean, the world's chaotic right now. Who can deny it? And it's just obviously a lot harder to maintain our peace, maintain our sense of balance in this unbalanced world we're in. But the story I want to tell you guys about is it's about Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown Christmas. I watched a lot as a kid, and you know, I liked Charlie Brown. I never saw Peanuts as like hilarious, like the kind of thing where it's like I always thought Garfield made me laugh more than Peanuts ever did, but it didn't seem like that was the point of Peanuts. It was a very, very it was just sort of chilling in this pleasant world with these fun, quirky kids, you know, and it we Peanuts, Charlie Brown is just culturally everywhere and immediately recognizable. And the first person to voice Charlie Brown was Peter Robbins. He voiced him when he was a kid. And, you know, he, into his adulthood, had um, severe mental health struggles and he did bad things and he was sent to jail. And he served his time and got out of jail and, was very uh, you know, remorseful for his past and for his past actions and owned up to them and you know began to discuss what led him to that point, discussing his mental health struggles in the past and everything. And I remember seeing an interview with him where he talked about wanting to write a book called Confessions of a Blockhead, and I started to kind of uh, check in on where this was every now and then because I thought it was an interesting story. I mean, of course, I was at the time when the news first broke about what he'd done and how he was going to jail. I was shocked and um, rightfully so, as he would say later. Um, his mental health struggles led him to make some very bad decisions, and after serving his time, and it seemed like he was going to have some kind of comeback journey or comeback story. And I was following that. And then I found out that we had a few mutual Facebook friends. And I'm in the I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm in the inter if you want to say entertainment industry. I Part of me really doesn't like that term, but I guess it is what it is. Yeah, and so when you're in that industry, social media is almost like a non-negotiable. It's so vital. Networking is such a key, a vital aspect in all of this in order to find out about opportunities, in order to, you know, discover people who are because the arts is so varied with people who vibe different ways and are in different fields, and finding people in the same field or who vibe the exact same way as you and are on the same kind of artistic trajectory, it can be like a needle in a haystack sometimes. So networking, point being, everyone in the industry should agree with me. You got to network. Social media is not. It's serious. It's serious, but it's like the business aspect of it is so important. This is just for the people who likes think, oh, social media, whatever. It's so frivolous. It's really not anymore. But anyway, I reached out to Peter Robbins. I sent him a message, um, just sort of telling him a bit about myself and telling him about how I've been following him since his release from prison. And so I sent him that message and sent him a friend request, and he accepted it. And then one morning, I woke up, and or I was awoke. I was woken up by the sound of my phone ringing, but it was like the Facebook Messenger call. It wasn't like my actual phone. It was the phone that's in within Facebook Messenger. And I was getting a call from that. I picked up my phone, just rubbing the sleep out of my eyes, and I look at it, and it says Peter Robbins is calling you. I was like, what? and, and like obviously your thoughts immediately go to so Charlie Brown's calling me right now. This is okay, and this is an interesting way to start your day. And so I was a little too like sleepy to answer to fully like um because I didn't know what I would say. So the call ended, and I got out of bed and I put my clothes on, and then he started ringing again. So I answered, and I stepped outside, and I had a good maybe 30-minute conversation with Peter Robbins. He said he was calling me from a halfway house, and he was calling me to respond to my message that I sent him, which nobody's ever done before. And we just talked, and he told me that he told me he was trying to, get his life back together and everything. And but I won't really honestly go into too much detail about the conversation, but um, he told me that he appreciated my message, and he said something along the lines of, you seem like a smart young man," and was I said thank you, sir, and that was that. And then I thought, well, I guess we're friends now. We're acquaintances at the very least, and we kept messaging, sending messages to each other back and forth. And I am always got a million different projects in my mind. I'm always writing 10 different plays or radio plays or screenplays or short film screenplays. I am just writing all the damn time. And I started thinking about this 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 sort of radio drama kind of thing mixed in with original music uh, project. I've since developed a lot of it and posted some of it on this channel, but at the time it was just sort of vague ideas, and I was already talking to another voice actor to help contribute to it, and then I thought, well, Peter did tell me in the conversation that he hadn't acted professionally. Was a regular con attendant. I'm pretty sure he said that, but he I know basically said like, I haven't acted for a while, and his main connection to Charlie Brown was just going to conventions. But I asked him if he would be interested in acting in this project that I was making, and I would I'd write a character for him, and he'd send me the audio files, and I'd pay him for his trouble, and he was on board with it. And in fact, I'm trying to right now. I'm pulling up the message here. So if you can see here, it says well, it's a little too bright, I think, for the camera to really detect it, but say it. But I say right here, I say, "Hello, Peter. I'm still planning this out, but if you're still interested, writing an audio drama, and if you have recording equipment available, I could pay you $125 to play a character in it." And he said, "Can I record?" He says here, "Can I record it on my phone?" And I say, "If the audio is clean enough, then sure. I'm still finishing the writing process, but I'll be getting back to you soon on what the lines are." And he said, "I've done podcasts using my phone." So he was also doing, interviews at podcasts and conventions and stuff. And I said, "Okay, great." And I just say some more stuff, and then the last message he ever sent me was, sure, no problem. My pleasure, Anthony." And so I was just writing his character, and I was really looking forward to this. And then tragically, he took his own life as I was, in the process of writing all of this. And what was especially, um, uh, I mean, it was horrified when I heard the news, but I was especially horrified and confused and very, very bewildered by the fact that he took his own life on January 18th, which is my birthday. I don't know. I very, very likely. In all seriousness, the like, I'm not in any way. I'm just pointing out the fact that it's the case, and I don't know what to make of it. It's so still just saying that is very. It just makes me feel very strange. Um, I showed you the message. We were. I was really looking forward to this, and the whole thing is just so unfortunate. He really, I felt so privileged in a way to be connected to this sort of comeback of his, to be helping him sort of because uh, I to just help him get back to something better than what he had gotten himself out of because I sympathize so much with his mental health struggles, and I will always remember um, my interaction with Peter, and I'll always be very sad that this this never came to be. And I still am working on still worked on I'm still working on that project. I've released a good deal of it, but I'll never be able to not think about this project and not think about what I had planned to do with Peter and what could have happened. And I'm obviously not at this point. I'm talking maybe a little too slowly, not communicating super well here, but mental health issues are not, um, despite despite everything, despite the huge progress culturally we've been making, the stigma is getting it's shriveling. The stigma is shriveling, I would say, but it's not shriveling fast enough, and it's not fully gone. Stigma around mental health issues, embarrassment, shame, fear, um, is what leads people to bottle it in and not fully address the problem, not fully get every last detail of the situation under control as much as possibly can be done, because otherwise we're losing people, and we're losing people to so many other things, s- so many things like war and disease and starvation, problems that have been with us since the beginning that we still can't get a hold of. We can't have, on top of all of that, an epidemic of people losing themselves, to the storm within them. So, Peter, if you're out there, um, I'm sorry you gave up because I was rooting for you. And I have no intention of giving up. And none of you out there should. Because if you want to come back, if you see a potential comeback on your horizon, no matter what pitch you're in, there's people around you. There's people around you who will help you, who will help push you up and help build you up again. People who want to. There's always people out there who want to. All right. Love you all. Love yourselves. Stay safe. Be at peace. And rest in peace, Peter Robbins.